Hey everyone, this is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we'll be talking about selling your survival products. So if you have a great survival products and you're trying to sell it to stores, this training will give you some things to think about in regards to getting started today. With that said, let's get started on today's training. So let's talk about survival products. This is a funny one because most people would never think that I would ever create information about survival goods and making money with them, but I speak at a lot of conferences. I'm surrounded by a lot of people. I've spoken at the e-commerce shows and the Amazon shows and the big corporate shows. I've spent a lot of time with you guys. And they're in the internet marketing world, survival products came up a lot because there's money there. And the reason there's money there is because people are looking for ways to protect their family, or the more extreme ones are protecting their lives or thinking that the world's going to end. Whatever it is for any of you, I'm not making fun of anyone, but I'm just saying there's a variety of you. Some of you are more extreme about survival stuff than others. And I would see these internet marketers focusing on people who buy survival goods, and because they made so much money. And so I always chuckled about it because you're like selling to somebody's fear. I don't know, it's not really my thing, but whatever. People were happy, they got the products they need. Everybody's writing these stories about survival products. I'm gonna save your life if the world ends tomorrow. A little extreme, right? It's an extreme world, and some of you are gonna get mad at me for this, but I don't care. So the bottom line is survival goods are important because if you have kids and you need a product that's going to work when the power's out or something like that, maybe you need a generator, maybe you need some waterproof something, maybe you need something when you're camping. Those types of things matter, right? Flashlights, whatever it is, anything to help you survive in situations where you're going to need it. So the reason I decided to create this training is because for years, I've known the guys who sold a lot of stuff to a lot of people who are survivalists. And again, they were just crushing it. So here's the deal with survival products. How do you sell them? How do you make money with retail? First of all, a lot of survival products are really products that could be sold at local chain stores, right? They could be at the Walmarts and Targets of the world, but they could also be sold online. There's a lot of audiences that go to certain websites. You can sell your product online to them. You can also sell the online retailers, right? Online retailers are looking for new products to put on their website, and there's a whole section for survival products on even Amazon and all sorts of places. And if you ever do a Google search, you can find that a lot of retailers have that as a category. So that's important to note. You could also sell your products at sporting goods stores, right? I've done a lot of camping in my life, and when you are out and you need to be able to do stuff without the power or whatever in the middle of the woods, you need things, right? So the bottom line is that you can sell it to a lot of sporting goods stores and so forth. So here's what the buyers who focus on those products care about. They've seen everything. They care about something new, interesting, innovation that they can get the client to buy. So that may seem obvious, but number one is they've seen it all in terms of backpacks or whatever it is that you need, right? Or things that emergency, this and that. So you got to walk their stores and start thinking about which retailers would probably be most excited about your particular product type. Some would be more excited about it than others, and you'll know by walking around. Sporting goods stores are different than the Targets of the world and so forth, and other discount retailers or whatever else. You got to walk around. It's really important so that you can understand for your particular product type where it's going to work best. The retailers have already figured this out for you. So just go cruise around. The second thing is you want packaging that aligns with the verbiage they're using from products that are already succeeding. So you want to take a look at the packaging and all of the different things that are going on for those similar products. And make sure that when you're creating the copy for your product, that it includes some of that, which has already been selling, it's already converting, and you just need to figure out what that is. The other thing is that you might need packaging specifically for that target audience, which may be different than a different part of the store. Let me explain. The buyer who buys anything could be different at the front counter area. That buyer is different than the buyer who buys consumer electronics or whatever it is at the different part of the store. They have different buyers for different sections of the store. Every single buyer is responsible for one type of product, like within the same genre. So it could be the jewelry buyer, but it could also be accessory buyer, some version of that. But the essence is they're buying different products for different parts of the store. If you're selling your product into the workout area, but could also be a survival thing, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out, sporting goods area, and you want to sell it survival to a different type of retailer because it would work well there, you might just change the packaging imagery and make it more available to a different audience, right? Things that matter to them, the words they use, the pictures, all that stuff. It will help you because the buyer only cares about what they care about. They don't care about anything else. So maybe she's not going to buy your survival kit at a sporting goods store because it's not exciting for her. But if you change the packaging around for her different audience, then she might pick it up. I've seen it time and time again where you have the same products, you change out the packaging, you excite her a different way. It could be for families, one packaging, it could be survival for another. That's what the essence of what I'm talking about. The other thing is, if you're going to go anywhere online and sell this kind of stuff, just make sure that your imagery looks really survival-like, and also beyond the SEO and the words you use, you need to make sure that you're finding out who's making a lot of money and then adjusting your content to include what they're saying, because there's nothing really new in the world here. Everybody's figured this out in some version. You just need to play with what's going on for that category. And finally, the last thing I'll say is if you're struggling to sell your pack of food and you just can't figure it out, but it could be great for an emergency thing, maybe go after the survival buyer. She might not be called that, but there's a person who could buy for the section of the store where the survival products are, and that could conceivably change your life, which is similar to what I was saying about packaging. But again, a lot of you have products that maybe you wouldn't even think are survival-like, but maybe they could be. So my point is there's a lot of opportunity here with this category. And although I'm not an extremist, I respect everybody at every stage of their life and whatever's going on for them. And if to you that sounds like the coolest thing in the whole wide world, go for it. They are making so much money, and maybe you should get a piece of that. This is Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. I hope this gets you thinking. If you want to learn how to approach, pitch, and sell these retailers with these types of products, please check us out. We are a retail consultancy, and we are also a rep agency, and we would love to support you with scaling your business. Thanks so much. Karen Waksman, Retail MBA.